So my heavenly child is Demile Evan Klein Cunningham. I get so much joy out of hearing his name. It brings me a sense of love. I never want to stop hearing his name. We didn't expect our phone to ring at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., strangers on the phone. My son drank very heavily. That was his vice. Now I understand that he was trying to escape the voices. Demile was in the back seat and flew out of the front windshield and ended up at the passenger back tire. They were very kind in how they processed and gave information about the process of him expiring. They allowed us to pick the day, the time, and we were there. I didn't feel rushed. I felt like it could have been 4 days when it was only 4 hours. So I really commend the medical staff on their compassion and the way that they presented our unique situation and made it about us and how we wanted to get to the last goodbyes for Demile. So there is a part of me I don't want to let go. I just don't want to let go. There's such a stigma in the African American community that people really assume that if you lose a child, it's the gun violence. It's to black on black crime. And we tend to ignore the other things that can cause a child to be lost. And mental illness was a part of an alcoholism. It is so important for me to continue to see his face. And the necklaces that I wear, the tattoo that I wear, I need to see his face. I need to remember that child that has gone on to heaven. It's my way of healing. And I say my tagline is grief is love. And I have an amazing book that I have been reading for 2 years. I go back because this lady's journey and her story is so relevant to how we don't want to get up in the morning, but we have to. I say, even a hug and just say, I know that life is different, would be an amazing act of kindness to a parent who has lost their child or their loved one. What we did as a family is we decided to have a nonprofit in his legacy. The nonprofit is called The Miles We Walk. It is congruent with his life. The legacy that we want to project onto young people is that you may not make the best choices. You may not know how to get to your best, but you have to continue to advocate for yourself. You have to be willing to hear and listen, be self-aware. Our 5-week workshop is designed around self-awareness, tapping into your strength, your weaknesses, knowing what your opportunities are, and definitely knowing what your threats are. So I always say that I'm going to use my grief for good, and that my pain is my power. So the Miles We Walk is a conduit of how I live through my grief.
Throughout my public service, I've had the honor and the privilege of meeting people who are suffering through some horrific situation, experience in their lives, and going to a lot of funerals, seeing a lot of people who are in pain. And in those situations where I've been to see people, what I've advised them, suggested to them at their own time frame to use their grief for good.
We at Mental Health America of Hendricks County understand the unique needs that each individual that is experiencing grief may be going through. We're so sorry for anything that you may be experiencing related to your grief journey, and we want you to know that you do not have to go through this alone. There are people that care about you and love you, and as a community, we're here to support you. If you need help finding resources, or if you'd like to chat with anyone on this video, please contact our agency at 317-272-0027. If you're in crisis, please contact our 24/7 national hotline at 988. You are not alone. We care about you, and we're here for you.